G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on Lipany to witness ourselves a little bit of a game. We have got a pretty decent matchup today for you. You may be familiar with these two players. If you're not, let me introduce them for you. Spawning in on the south side of the map in the colour yellow, playing as the Ottomans, it's Beasty. And in the north side of the map, coming up off a fresh victory against Louis MT, in the colour orange, playing as the Delhi Sultanate once again, it's May. Now, May goes by a couple of other names. May, they normally start with M, but the most common one you may be familiar with is Mu. So we've casted Mu before, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Mu brings to the table, because as I mentioned earlier, May recently had a victory over Louis MT, so Will may be able to upset. I think it's a he. I'm going to go with a he. Will he be able to upset Beasty today? Well, we just may see. Anyway, what we might do once again in this game, we've got orange and yellow, which are pretty close to each other. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of this right here. Who do we want as the blue? We could have, I think we want May as the blue, and then, yeah, because, hold on, well, I mean, technically this still is fine, right? Yeah, I think we'll just go with May as the blue. Anyway, we're going to do that and try and remember not to actually change perspective, because if we do change perspective, it will change the color. But we'll just leave it like that, and hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. I did read some feedback that said it was quite nice. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully you've grabbed your drink. I've got myself a little something to drink at the moment. Normally I'd be drinking a Red Bull, but it's 11:20 at night right now, and I was like, it's probably a little bit too late for it. I would like to avoid being a bit of a degenerate, even though it's so tempting. The allure of degeneracy is compounding as one grows older. I will say that much. You know, you thought staying up to 5 a.m. playing Dota as a teenager was fun. Mate, wait until you're my age, and you could stay up watching YouTube all night, and you're gonna feel the regret in the morning. But I tell you what, that just makes it all the more sweet. Anyway, yeah, I've gone with some juice. Hopefully you've got something nice. If you haven't already, put your legs back up and enjoy, because we're about to have a pretty good game here, I suspect. So let's talk a little bit about game plan. For Beasty, the game plan is simple. We make all of our military schools, we get to our MIA, and then we go for a push in the castle age. That's typically what we're going to be seeing out of the Ottomans. I'm not really expecting a 2 base play here or seeing a secondary town center here. I do think he's probably going to stay on the 1 TC, just because up against the Delhi Sultanate, it's a very linear strategy that they do run, but it is a strategy that puts you on a timer. And if you go for a second TC, I do suspect that May will look to put pressure on that. Now, we do have landmarks coming up. It's going to be the Tower of Victory coming up for May, which is something different compared to the last time we saw him play. We actually saw him go for the Sultanate Trade Network. No, we didn't see him do that. We saw him go for the Dome of the Faith last time we watched him play. So, mixing it up a little bit here. Now, I did read also that that May is a Delhi main, and that's why we see him doing so well on the Delhi. So let's take a little bit of a look on the sacred sites. They're going to be very impactful this game, I suspect. Normally, when you're playing the Delhi, this is where your focus is going to be. So the first sacred site is a bit awkward, if I do say. It's quite open towards Beasty. Even though it is technically closer to May, you can see it's barely a screen away from the town center. May's completely blocked off from here. So there's nothing that stops Beasty from coming out here, maybe throwing a wall down here. You wall this little spot, and now May's got to go all the way to this secondary sacred site just to get to the first one. So that definitely feels good for Beasty. When it comes to this sacred site on the outside, this is actually pretty good from May's perspective. Nice little wall across the front here, probably even just up to this angle, and you've got yourself a very safe sacred site. Have a look at that, 3 sheep just chilling out at the moment. And then the central sacred site, another bit of an interesting one here. Not only are there wood lines, but we've also got the stealth forest, which could come into play. Nothing better than parking a few mangonels on the side of the stealth forest, and boom, from the top rope. Always feels good. But speaking of feeling good, have a look at this. We've got the age ups coming through. Tower of Victory now complete. Beasty with the Sultanate Trade Network, of course, going to be opting for, I suspect, a castle age, a very quick castle age here. He does have the 5 vills, though, on stone. Hopefully we do see a mining camp put down before these vills make a run through. Just because if they do want to do 2 back-to-back, it's going to be a long walk. We'll say that much. Let's see. He's moving the vills out now. Is he just going to go for it? He's just going to go for the long distance too far. Kind of wild, because normally you'd like to see at least the second military school, maybe even the third one. Okay, there we go. Now he's putting it down. That makes a little bit more sense. So I don't think he had the wood before, so that explains it. Beautiful base building as well by Beasty. Can I just compliment him on that? The fact that he's got these houses nice and snug together. Outpost now going to be coming up on the gold. Always a great indication. It's definitely going to be a castle age here. And look at this, another deer push coming in. This isn't the first deer push we've seen this week. We've actually seen a couple of... Oh, hold on a minute. Is this a double deer push on a Friday night? Hold on, wait. I got to check the time. No, it's not a Friday night. Is it a Saturday? I think it's a Saturday, yeah, because I'm going out on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Look at this, a double deer push. Oh, my Lord. I don't think I've ever seen this before. You know, when it comes to deer pushing, Wham and Puppy Paw really are, like, at the forefront of my mind about, you know, the really strong deer pushers. I've seen Wham push a deer from Newcastle to Sydney. That's Australian references, or at least the second one the first one was an English reference. That's I'm serious. It was a big push. Anyway, have a look at the size of this, would you? This is absolutely insane. So why is this a big deal? Why am I jumping up and down about how crazy good this is? Well, this is 2,350 food that is getting pushed in right now, times 2. In fact, on the mini-map, does it even show the second deer? I guess they're just stacked on top of each other, so it just represents them both. Now, we did see a villager go down. We don't care about the villager going down because we've got food. In fact, we've got infinite food. It's not infinite, but it's basically infinite food here. This is kind of wild. Beasty is on another level when it comes to these. Look at the deer push, dude. I'm going to put this on the thumbnail. You guys are going to think I photoshopped it, man. There's no Photoshop needed for this. Have a look at this. Okay, so this is 2,350 times 2. So you're talking 20 or 4,700 food that is safe. That's insane. That is so much food. That's like Beasty just went out and discovered 19 sheep. That's what it is. But have a look at this. May, he's got a little bit of ideas about what Beasty should and shouldn't be up to. Keep in mind, May did opt for the Tower of Victory here. Ghazi Raider's going to be coming in behind. Spear's making some decent connections. You've got to be really careful in this little time frame because these deer could potentially look to try and escape back to the motherland. But looks like Beasty ain't going to be letting them. Not for the moment. Scholar's going to be starting to move out across the map now. We're at that 7-minute and 20-second mark. Still, actually, never mind. I take it back. Sanctity already researched. So a little bit of, I'm going to say a little bit slow here from May. Ideally for me, in my mind, I want those sacred sites being captured the moment Sanctity is finished. So you want to try and match them up and have a look at this. Oh, my Lord. That is just something of beauty right there coming out from the Beast today. Now, granted, that was only because he's had such a good spawn in the sense that there was, you know, one deer pack here, and I guess the second one was right here next to the boar. Now, he's fortunately not made the same mistake I did when I last played the Ottomans, and I went for the boar. Not a good tip. Don't go for the boar when playing the Ottomans. But it will be a quick castle age timing that we've got here. So a little bit after the 8-minute mark is when he's going to be dropping it down. Interesting decision making here, going for this quick castle. So one of the things that I would have loved to have seen from Beasty here is just playing a little bit in the feudal age. So maybe moving into a stable and just getting out, say, 5 to 10 Sipahi, and then utilizing the food that you've got right here to power that Sipahi. And then what you're going to be doing with those Sipahi is denying these sacred sites, because these sacred sites are going to become an issue. These are not just a win condition. These are also gold generators and something that you need to be very careful of. So by Beasty almost conceding the sacred sites this early on, he's really banking on the fact that his push in the next 7 to 8 minutes is going to be enough to power over the top of his opponent and knock them out for good. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how strong it is. But the spear number continues to rise here for Beasty, which is normally a pretty good giveaway that he is intending to go to that castle age. And now we do see the MIA on the way. No surprises there. Also going to have a meta in queue. Now, when it comes to his vizier points, is there any way to check that what he's got? I don't think it's Anatolian Hills, because there'd be a few more sheep here. I don't think he's gone into Imams. Has he gone into a single point yet? I don't think he has yet. And there's no meta on the field, so he definitely hasn't gone into the meta. So at the moment, I think he's just sitting on 1 point unused. Either that or Anatolian Hills, and I've just missed all the sheep going down, but I don't think that is the case. Age up now coming through 9 minutes 30. Beautiful positioning on this blacksmith as well. And take a look at this, double stable. So going to be moving into Lancers by the looks of it. Beasty reaching the castle age, but his opponent reaching the sacred victory condition. Or at least he's got it counting down. So May at this point has got two options. Number one, look to put pressure on. Number two, just go castle. And I think in this situation, putting on pressure is definitely a smart call. But you need to make sure that you've got Castle always ready to go in that back pocket just in case, because the numbers here are going to get pretty crazy for Beasty because he's got 2 military schools producing and the MIA. And remember that he's got the blacksmith here, which is going to mean faster mangonels. And once that first mangonel is out, that's pretty much it. There's no more pushing him. So you've essentially got about another 90 seconds, maybe 60 seconds to go before you have to retreat. So this should be the timing that May should be aware of, should be thinking about, and we'll look to retreat once that mangonel's out because there's really no stopping it if you're only in the feudal age. So some decent damage here. I don't really think you can do much more than that. Like, you might be able to push the Sultanate trade network, but even then, Beasty's gonna just pull Vils to repair here. But have a look at this. Very cheeky walls coming through from May, walling the gold in completely. Says, you know what? If you want to get your gold, not only are you going to have to burn down the wall, you're going to have to burn down the whole damn wall, because otherwise your Vils are just going to bug out over here. Very cheeky. I'm going to pose a question right now. Is this a cheese? Like, do you feel like this is cheesy? Like, if someone did this in a tournament, right? Like, if Marine Law did that to Beasty, I feel like people would be raging in the chat. They would be like, this is BM? Like, is Beasty right now getting bad mannered? Is this bad manner? Oh, is that what we're saying? Look at the next wall that comes in. Holy moly, May is going absolutely crazy with the manners right now, just pushing under Beasty's town center. Keep in mind that Mango should be coming out shortly, but double-sided attacks always make it difficult to control the Mango. Look at the amount of Vils there that are on stone. I don't think he's going for a, I was going to say, I don't think he's going for a keep, but he has completed all 4 of the military schools, so technically, he's not coming online with anything else here. I do think a second TC probably doesn't make sense. If anything, I think that's for stone for a keep, and then he's going to look to drop a keep on a sacred site. I think that makes the most sense. Wall gets deleted. Ghazi Raid is going to pop through, and then he throws down the next wall here with some archers. But Beasty finding out the hard way. The deli super cheese is coming through. What do we call this? This is like Gorgonzola level. Like, it is really stinky in here. I will say that much, but I'm confident in the Beast. We've seen him before. We've seen him assemble very potent siege armies. There's a reason why we call him the Siege Cutie. But have a look at this on this side of May. The age up about to come through. He's done a great job in delaying that attack from Beasty, of course. Beasty would be thinking about walking down the middle, but, you know, May has not really had much really to say other than keep it walled, keep it real. Now, the question I've got is, what's Beasty up to? What's this all about? I guess he's protecting his gold, right? That's what he's thinking about. I'm protecting my gold. Another Vil goes down. So 4 so far in this game taken out by May. Now, keep in mind, oh my god. Oh my, look, okay, all right. I think this is actually getting to the point where this is a real cheese. Look at this. This is so annoying, man. I've got to bring units here to come siege this palisade wall down, because if I don't, my Vils are going to be like chopping here and walking around the wall. And look, at the end of the day, I know it's mechanics and whatnot, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, you're probably going to get flamed if you do this. If you're watching this and thinking to yourself, I'm going to play Delhi and I'm just going to make... Oh my... He's walling him in completely. Beasty is getting walled in. He's getting... I can't believe we're seeing this right now. Beasty, your response, please. Beasty, your response, please. I'm holding the microphone out to him, but he's not responding because he's not actually here with me. He's, well, I mean, I'm in Australia and he's not. We'll just put it that way. At least not at the moment. But who knows? Maybe one day. Age Up comes through on the other side of the map. It's going to be the House of Learning. We've got Owned Blades coming in. Or as... I remember the last time I pronounced this and everybody in the comments was like, ha, Drongo said Owned Blades. It's like, bro, the H is silent, right? We don't say Honed Blades. Maybe you do, but as an Australian, like, we drop the H from everything. Is it the English that do that as well? I know the English just drop, like, in it. What are you even dropping when you say in it? Isn't it? Man, you guys are dropping too much, all right? You can drop a H and you can drop a fat amount of... Whew. That was close. That was close. The Mangonel getting it nice and close. Second meta comes out for Beasty as well. Let's take a look at what he's got in production here. So we've got men at arms, crossbows in production. No more spears in production, but another Mangonel obviously going to be coming out from the MIA. Big question for me. There is so much food here. Why doesn't he go imp? Oh, you know why he doesn't go imp? Oh, that's right, because he's got 5 minutes left on the sacred timer. He doesn't have time to go imp Drongo. He needs to go right now. Begins to push out towards that central sacred site. No real defenses put up here. A single spearman. Not going to be decapping the site. Just going to be looking at it. Still ticking down. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. He got the memo. He got the memo. Now, one thing to note, though, is that May can't really fight this at the moment. The double mango is too strong. May needs to go into Springles here. So I suspect that May will avoid taking a prolonged fight here as Beasty now moves up. Nice little coverage that he's got here on this position. More units going to move up. He does manage to hold pretty close to the sacred site, so he is going to be able to retain this, and I think this will be all that Beasty needs. I feel like going Imp right now for Beasty is the smartest move. If he can go... So he wants to decap this site without fighting, then go Imp. I think that's the play. Realistically, and then you go Imp for Bombards and you just win, right? Like, you just win with great Bombards. Man-at-Arms slowly attacking down on the south side. Okay, May's going to go for it. Mangonels are open right now. Could see a potential charge. Beasty falling back into the pocket. Sacred Site is getting neutralized on this top side as well. Very intentional by Beasty to fall back away from this. Smart moves. At the same time, Springald firing down, and there's the Sacred Site being decapped. Now, Bill's going to be pulled forward. I don't know what the exact go is here. They're going to be repairing the mangoes. Cavalry coming in on the backside. There's a few spears here. Crossbows as well, going to be taking some damage. Brings on the back. Lances, the first of the mangoes goes down. Big shot on the back. Goes a little bit too far, and second mango goes down. The Vils weren't enough to out-heal it, but Beasty looks like he should be able to hold for the moment. Men-at-Arms together with the Lancers should be able to repel the rest of these archers. Veterancy slowly coming through for them. Upgrades slowly coming through, but these poor archers, these poor Delhi Sultanate archers are just they're gonna have to wait for their upgrades. We'll say that much. Numbers are looking decent here for Beasty. I still think right now Beasty's best call is to go for Imperial here. If he can get there, though, that's the one thing to note. If he can get there, how does he get there? I mean, he holds with a mango and he walls off the front, walls off this side as well. He's got gold on the back, this little spot. I mean, that's probably the hardest part, is how do you defend your gold? You've got to try and retake this gold, but then is it even going to be possible? He's got a lot of Vils here on food. He's managed to pick up survival techniques as well, so definitely on the cards here. Mango shot comes over, hits the men-at-arms. No wall off on this position here will mean that Beasty has a tough time defending, but the men-at-arms together with the crossbow should be enough. Big shot again, once again from the mango. We hear behind the scenes a little bit of a raid. Single men-at-arms coming through. He's got a nice lancer heading up to that top side. Another men-at-arms. Beasty trying to find any possible way to get back into this. And a little bit of a wallalol says, hey guys, how you doing? Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, you are a madman, May! May, you are absolutely mad. There was no way in hell I would have... May. May, we gotta talk about risks, okay? You did not need to take that risk, man. Jeez Louise, I tell you what, May, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from. I mean, I know your name is Moo. I guess you're a little bit of a fan of cows. I was gonna say a little bit of a cow. I like your stuff, May. I like your stuff. This is impressive. This is good stuff. You are playing balls to the walls right now, and I'm impressed. I'm excited, mate. I like what you're throwing down. I'm picking it up, and I'm lifting it, because that's what we do as men. We drop things and then we lift them up, because they're not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Or at least the things that we lift are hard, right? Like we're lifting weights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your timers out. Can I just note one thing as well? May wouldn't have lost the Sacred Victory attempt if he had just put a little bit of a wall around here. It probably would have cost like 106 wood, but it was an option. Now, over towards the west side. Oh, Ghazi Raider. Did he delete it? I think May deleted the Ghazi Raider, and then immediately we saw the Imam get eviscerated. Look, it's a sad state of affairs to be an Imam right now. They're going down. Any Wallalol Imams are going down pretty quickly. Nice little attempt on the backside here. But Beasty's numbers are looking good. Military pop pretty damn close at the moment. Slowly but steadily, the crossbows continue to kite. The numbers are decent from May, though. We hear relics getting picked up. May already on 2 relics. The third one, obviously, in the bank now, on the way. Beasty 2 in the bank. So, pretty even split here. 2-3 split. The one big thing for me, though, is, like, I feel like Beasty should have gone Imp by now. Like, you could literally just cancel all these units and just go Imp. And, yeah, it's going to be hard for you to defend, but the thing is, the way that you defend while going Imp as the Ottomans, and I can say this as a guy who played the Ottomans a lot and just went fast Imperial, you want to defend in the back of your base, and if the opponent tries to push in, they're going to need to bring Springalds to kill your Mangonels, and then you kill the Springalds with your town center. That's it. That's how it works. Because they can't really do anything. Like, oh, sure, they could bring like 6 battering rams, and then okay, you've probably got an issue. But the point is, you want to get to Imperial, you start making great bombards, and then you win the game. That's the general idea. Does Beasty find that win condition, though? That's what we're going to be looking for. I feel like the longer you play this out in the castle age, the less likely that you win. Simply because the upgrades are slowly coming online for our Delhi Sultanate player. The Delhi Sultanate player today has not forgotten their upgrades. You will remember as a free mangonel gets given over to May. You will remember those games that we saw. You know, we just mentioned Puppy Paw as well as Wham earlier about the fact they love to push the deer. They also love to forget their upgrades as the Delhi Sultanate. I've seen so many a game where they've done it, and they've just, oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot that I get free damn upgrades. I think it was like 26 minutes into a game, and Puppy Paw, one of the world's best players, finally remembered he could get his upgrades for free. Sad state of Delhi affairs, we'll say that much. All right, Beasty's trying to slowly break out of these walls. He has been bad-mannered. He has been walled in. He's lost his gold, at least his starting gold. And he's lost his relics, we'll say that much, or at least one of them. But the numbers are starting to look pretty decent here for May. Have a look at this, 23 crossbows. This is where it starts getting concerning. Beasty going to neutralize this sacred site again. So 2 times this game, May could have gotten away with just walling this in. And I feel like it would have been an absolutely sealed deal game. Because Beasty on the second sacred site in the center. How many S's do you want to throw? I mean, center starts with C, but it kind of sounds like an S. This earlier fight, the only reason Beasty was really able to get away with it was because he was working this sacred site down. That was it. But now, military number still in favor of May. Now, keep in mind, even though the economic advantage sits with... Oh, does it sit with May? I mean, Beasty's on a second TC. I don't know if this was the right investment choice. I feel like second TC, it's going to take some time to pay off. And already he's had it for about 3 minutes at the moment. But I feel like they're going for the Imperial is the right call. I don't know. I was always just like a one base fast Imperial kind of guy. I remember when Beasty did his first fast Imperial, he was like, he did 2 TCs and then he did it faster than me. And I was like, okay, maybe 2 TCs is the way to go. But look, he's one of the best in the world. If not the best in the world. I'll let the man cook. Let's see what he's got here. 2 TCs. It's going to be tough, though. It's going to take time to pay off. It's not like Imperial Age where you get that instant payoff through elite upgrades. Numbers are starting to look good for him on the defense. He's got that beautiful crossbow spearman defense. Spear's going a little bit far forward here. Springald's on the back, going to be able to move in, able to take out that mango. It's not even close when it comes to the siege. And that's going to leave a huge ranged mass of units here for May. Keep in mind, May's got plenty of archers in the bank here as well. And 22 minutes into this game, Beasty looking like he is going to be struggling with this position. A beautiful ranged composition together with Springalds from May. What Beasty could look to do here is transition into a big Sipahi mass. Now, he does have 12 Sipahis on the... Oh, my God. He's got 12 Sipahis on the field. Imagine if these Sipahi were right here, right now. He could literally clean this up. Could you imagine right now if those Sipahi, instead of raiding the enemy, which, you know, it's a good deal, but is it a better deal than killing this? There's nothing to defend this. Look at this right now. 35 crossbows, 15 archers, 2 spears. That's all he's got. 2 spears to defend it. There's a couple men-at-arms in here as well. The Sipahi would eat them alive. It's not even close. Was that a keep attempt? It was. It was a keep attempt. And now Beasty, with only a couple hundred food in the bank, says, you know what? It's not looking good. I mean, how does he... And this was the at least my thinking about Imperial Age. You get to Imperial, and then at least you've got free Great Bombards, which are going to provide a lot of pressure. The other thing to note, the reason why it's so good in this matchup, if your enemy wants to contest your Great Bombards, they need to get roller shutter triggers on their Springalds. What do we know about the Delhi Sultanate? They take a long time to upgrade their roller shutter triggers. So, you can see the kind of avenue, at least in my mind, that I was thinking. Second battering rams now getting placed down. That second TC under pressure here. Beasty trying to find a way back through into the game by raiding. That's the way he's thinking. He wants to find this. This is what he's looking for. 18 workers slowly just hanging out here. The problem is that's where the reinforcements are running through, though. They're running directly towards those villages, making sure they'll be safe. Beasty going to double back, though. A couple more units just slowly branching out, trying to find a way through. Mill's going to get thrown in on the top side, but there's units already here, able to take it out before it even gets underway. Town Center will get knocked out. Remember that after this comes the military schools. Expensive military schools, and a little bit of a raid here. Beasty manages to find gatherers on the farmland. Siege Workshop is here as well. Nothing in production at the moment, so I won't be finding any freebies, but there's plenty of vills here. You can see the units from May slowly rotating through, and that's going to be 5 battering rams now for May. You know, we were talking about it earlier, the fact that your enemy can just get a whole bunch of battering rams and put pressure on that TC, but we're 25 minutes into this game right now, and Beasty's definitely on the back foot, looking for a way back through. Mangonel shot could be the one to change it, but he falls back just in time. Second shot not going to come off. The Spring was able to take it out. Siege Workshop nowhere near, nowhere to be seen here, as now that Siege is slowly getting taken out. Janissary is going to come to the fore here. Keep in mind that the Janissary does get countered by ranged units, or at least it takes extra damage against ranged units. So Beasty here, despite having these Janissaries being cooked up, they will be taking that extra damage against this ranged composition from May. 18 archers at the moment, 36 crossbows on the field, and that's going to be the MIA coming down right as that Mangonel was about to finish. Beasty's landmark is under pressure. Meanwhile, towards that front, still plenty of vills. Beasty doing the run around towards that north side of the map. We don't see any keeps getting thrown down just yet for May. May playing it. You know, when it comes to the Delhi Sultanate, I used to coach quite a bit of Delhi, and I said you got two ways that you can play it. The number one way is through Compound of the Defender, get yourself a whole bunch of keeps. And the second way is you can play it through the House of Learning and get yourself a whole bunch of units. And that's the way that May has gone for a lot of units today. Not a single keep on the field, and obviously without a keep means that you don't have any secondary TC or secondary villager producing buildings here. May, though, definitely coming down to the crunch. Oh my lord, have a look at the military difference between these two. Beasty at 23, May at 96. I can't help but feel that there were multiple times in this game where the tables could have been turned, but they just weren't. You know, had those Sipahi been down here when that fight happened, when this defense was ongoing, that would have been a completely different fight. But unfortunately, they were on the opposite side of the map to where they could have been. But now Beasty going to start losing this second landmark. Keep in mind, he's only got 3 in the bank. Vill's going to get pulled in here. He's not even able to repair. He just wants to bring them out on this bottom side so he can pop them, but the town center gets taken out. And Beasty just losing a whole bunch of vills. He's going to scramble to get them away. Last town center. Beasty's in trouble right now. This is it. Who even needs sacred sites when you're playing the Delhi Sultanate? May. He's already rolled over Louis MT. There's the potential right now to see him roll over the top of Beasty, one of the best in the world. Who is this guy? This kid is absolutely insane. This is ludicrous watching this. And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. The game is called, and Beasty gets taken out by May. One of the rare games that Beasty loses. You better believe we're going to cast it because he's got like 98% win rate, man. You guys know he wins all the other games, right? Anyway, go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description. You already know where it is, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.